Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the War Within pre-patch, and more specifically we're going to talk about the Radiant Echoes event, which is the pre-patch event for the newest expansion, the War Within. This event of course has new mounts, transmog, catch-up gear, even really good for leveling. This is a really cool event actually, I like it quite a lot. But before we jump into everything you need to know about this brand new event, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is Boot.dev. Boot.dev is building the smartest way to master back-end development by tackling the hardest problem with e-learning, and that's boredom. At Boot.dev, they believe the smartest way to learn code is to make sure you're never bored. Boot.dev is online, self-paced, and feels like a captivating RPG game. With Boot.dev, you'll learn back-end web development from start to finish in Python and Go programming languages, and the platform is designed to get you writing a ton of code, because getting your hand on the keyboard and shipping projects is the only real way to learn. With Boot.dev, you'll earn XP, levels, achievements, and complete quests to get on top of a global leaderboard. And if you're trying to learn some code and you're struggling to learn a concept, Boots, a powerful bear wizard that's been trained in every lesson, can walk you through your issues. He's an AI that will ask you questions to help you understand, rather than hand you the answers. So click the link in the description and use my code, MrGM, to get 25% off your first payment for Boot.dev. That's 25% off your first month or year, depending on the subscription you choose. And thanks again to Boot.dev for sponsoring this video. Right, so yes, the Radiant Echoes event is coming in the War Within pre-patch. As of the recording in this video, we do not know the date for the pre-patch. However, a new build has just been pushed, which does state that the Radiant Echo event starts on July 30th. Now, this does kind of line up with the expansion launching on August 26th or August 22nd, depending if you get early access, but we've had no official word from Blizzard as of the recording of this video. No doubt we'll get something extremely soon, but July 30th is currently the date listed in the game for this event. So this is the Radiant Echo event. Of course, it's kind of what you'd expect from pre-patch events. There's bosses that spawn, there's currency, there's gear, things of that nature, but this is a more, War Within based one, which actually takes a lot of inspiration from one of the world events of the War Within, which of course is the Radiant Echo event, weirdly enough. So let's get into it. The Radiant Echo event is a brand new event which is available for characters from level 10 as of the pre-patch PTR. We'll talk about leveling through this in a little bit, but let's talk about the general event. So the event is up all the time, so you can just constantly farm this if you wanted to, but it is on a 1.5 hour rotation between 3 zones. These zones are the Searing Gorge, the Duskwillow Marsh, and Dragonblight. Now, you don't need to worry too much about getting to these zones because there is brand new portals in the middle of Legion Dalaran. They'll even glow when the event is active in that zone, but if you want to know where the event is active and how long is left, you could just simply look at it on the map with this brand new icon, which is super handy to see. So yeah, 3 zones it's going to be taking place in throughout the pre-patch event. So let's talk about the event itself. How does it work? So once the event is active in a zone, a massive congealed memory will spawn in the zone. Once this memory is defeated, you'll see 6 new memories pop up around the map. Now, these can range from old bosses from old instances or old events like getting the crystals from Unguro Crater, or nostalgic things like waking up lazy peons. There's various different ones. It's quite a fun little throwback, and there are 6 of those in each of the zones, which do vary depending on the zone. Obviously, they're thematic in regards to kind of Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, and Northrend, which is really fun. I think it's nice that it's not just a boss that you kill. Those are marked on the top of the screen on how many are left. Once all 6 of those have been defeated, a boss will spawn in the zone. So for Duskwillow Marsh, it is Onyxia. For the Searing Gorge, it is Ragnaros. And in Dragonblight, it is actually the Lich King. So it is really cool to fight those bosses again. They do some of their mechanics as well. Not massively difficult to kill, and I'm sure there'll be, hundreds of thousands of people killing it at the same time, of course. But yes, once those have been defeated, there will be lingering memories hanging around. So this is just a chance for you to just get as much currency as you can. They're going to be sprouted around the map in these different zones. And it seems like as of pre-patch PTR, the kind of boss killing event with the, memories and things like that does repeat a couple times in the hour and a half. I couldn't get the timing down specifically, but I did see it repeat at least once, but beta be beta, it could just have been a bug. But hopefully we do see it repeat a couple times, because it'd be kind of annoying to have to get to that zone zone on the hour and a half when it does spawn for the first time, and then just kind of hang around and wait for the next one. But we'll have to see with that specifically. But yes, hopefully it does repeat a couple times during the hour and a half to give other people a chance to kill, the bosses at least once. And then the event just repeats. So then once an hour and a half is up, it will rotate into the next zone. The zone rotation is Searing Gorge, Dustwallow Marsh, and then Dragonblight, and then it will repeat every hour and a half like that. So yeah, pretty interesting event, kind of fun. Obviously on beta and PTR, there's not a ton of people testing it, so you're kind of just running around on your own for the most part doing it, but I think once there's a lot of people there, I think it's going to be a good old time. So I mentioned it briefly, leveling, yes, this event is available from level 10. So again, not something I can test extensively on the PTR just because there's not a ton of people around. But yes, you can get XP from this event. As mentioned, you just take the portal from the middle of Dalaran, or you can manually run there if you like to. But the XP is pretty darn good. Make sure you're using a class that has a good AoE, obviously, because if you get a tag on those creatures, you will obviously get XP from them. And of course, as well, leveling will actually be a lot faster in the pre-patch up to level 70 just due to the changes in XP amounts. I do have a full video if you do want to check that out, all about leveling and all the changes. But yes, this is actually really cool. So you can level your alts through this. However, we've kind of been spoiled with Remix, so it's not going to be as fast as that, but I think it might be quite a good method to level some of your alts if you haven't done that yet. Just a note, you won't be able to level an Earthen in the pre-patch. That is going to be something that is unlocked in the War Within expansion, so you're not going to be leveling that new allied race, unfortunately, during that. But yes, XP seems pretty good for the most part from this event, and you can also get the currency from the event on your low-level characters as well, which is a great segue talking about the currency. So the currency for this event is called Residual Memory. Now this is on the currency tab, so yes, it will be on the currency tab, which is fantastic. And also what's fantastic is it is account wide. Yeah, you can transfer this between your alts very easily using the new Warband transfer currency system. There's no alt tax on this either, so you can send one-to-one to all of your characters, which is fantastic. Thank you, Blizzard, for that. It wasn't actually like that at the start, but they've just recently added that, so that's super good. So let's talk about the sources of this currency. There are tons of different sources for this currency, and you're going to get a lot of it, and you're going to need a lot of it as well. So one of the big ways to get this currency is through a weekly quest. There are 3 of these, one for each zone. To complete this quest, you just need to kill the boss in the zone. So for Searing Gorge, it's Ragnaros. For Dustwallow Marsh, it's Onyxia, and of course Dragonblight, it is the Lich King. This does reward 1.5k residual memories each quest, so that's quite a lot. That is a weekly quest, as mentioned. This also can be done on multiple alts, which seems like an oversight, as it's an account-wide currency, but yeah, maybe that'll be in the live game. But yeah, you can do this on multiple alts as of right now. Defeating a memory will give you around about 10 or so currency. Obviously, these numbers are subject to change, of course. Killing any NPC like around any of the event is going to give you 1 to 5, depending if it's a elite or not. So this is just going to be a massive farm. As mentioned, once the event is over, or once the boss has been defeated, you have lingering memories, which you could just kind of run around and kill for 1 currency each, or 1 to 5, depending if they're an elite. Killing the final boss, as of right now, will give you 500 residual memories as well. So basically, this is just a massive currency farm just to kill as much as you can, get as many tags as you can. This is auto-looted as well, which is super nice, and as mentioned, it is in the currency tab and account-wide, so definitely some wins there in regards to the currency. Big fan of that, of course. So yeah, you're going to get a lot of currency, you're going to need a lot of currency because there are a ton of rewards. So these rewards can be purchased from various vendors. There's a vendor in each of these zones, as mentioned, but there is also one in the middle of Dalaran, but they all sell pretty much the same stuff. So one thing that's really cool about this event and its rewards is that all of the rewards have a chance from dropping when defeating a memory. So remember I mentioned those 6 memories and the bosses. Basically, when you complete any of those, there is a chance for some of the loot to drop, or some of the rewards from this vendor to drop from that. So you don't have to use your currency for absolutely everything. There is a fairly high chance, it seems like a pretty good drop rate as well, of this stuff kind of just appearing in your bags once you complete some of those memories or killing the boss, which is super good. So if you're doing it loads, chances are you get a lot of the items just through doing that. But as mentioned, the vendor does sell absolutely everything. So the catch-up gear that we're going to be getting in this pre-patch event is eye level 480 veteran gear. This is of course upgradable, as you'd imagine, and these are warband items. So these are actually account-wide, so these can be purchased and sent to all of your characters on your account. So you have 480 gear, you also have some trinkets which are 480, which actually have some of the old effects from some of the old raids. So you have like the one from ICC, which is awesome. So some really cool items there. There is also a new armor set, transmog for each armor type, which is the Dalaran Defender set. These are like purple recolors of the Legion sets that we saw back in Argus, I believe. There's also weapons as well, which are also available for various amounts of currency. So lots of catch-up gear there. There are also rings and cloaks and other trinkets. Essentially enough gear to gear up a fresh all ready for the War Within. There are also two new mounts. You have the Remembered Griffin for the Alliance and the Remembered Wyvern for the Horde. These cost 20,000 residual memories, which is going to take a while. I haven't seen these drop through the like defeating memories, but there might be a chance of those dropping, of course. But yes, these are two new mounts, which are of course skywriting mounts that will be available during the pre-patch. Also, there is an account-bound bag, which is 32 slots. This is not unique, so you can just buy this multiple times and send it to all your alts. This is going to cost you 2,000 residual memories. There is also a 30-slot reagent bag, which is also account-wide as well. There are 3 battle pets, which are 10,000 each. The Remembered Construct, the Remembered Riverport, and the Remembered Spawn, of course, kind of going off of each of the different zones, which have this kind of cool radiant effect to them. And finally, there is a new heirloom ring. This is the Band of Radiant Echoes. So to get this ring, you need to combine 20 memory items from each zone, Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, and Northrend. These items do randomly drop from the end of the memories. They're not 100% drop rate, so this will take a little bit to get. So you need 20 of those from each of the different zones. These are warbound as well, so if you do get it on other characters, you can trade it across, which is really nice. So once you have 20 of each of those, you need to purchase the Lifeless Stone ring from the vendor. This is just 25 residual memories. You combine all of those together, and then you get the new heirloom ring. So nice new heirloom ring being added to the game in this pre-patch event. Obviously going to be a must-have for a lot of people. But yeah, some really great rewards from this event. As mentioned, just love the fact that it can drop from the event itself, which is going to save a ton of time. But this is going to be just a massive currency farm. If it does launch on July 30th, it gives us around about just under a month to farm all of these items. Yeah, these seem to be unique rewards as well. So we'll have to see what happens. Perhaps the vendor will stick around once the event is over, or maybe the event will stick around, because on beta it is still active, which is really strange, but I guess we'll see what happens with that. But that's it, guys. That is the Radiant Echo event. As mentioned, if you like this event, there's going to be a very similar one in the War Within, which is one of your world events. I'll have a full video about that one, obviously closer to the launch of the expansion, but it is very similar to this. But yeah, that is your pre-patch event, the Radiant Echo event. Let me know down below what you think of this event. Are you excited for it? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's different? Obviously, it is very similar to previous pre-patch events, just killing NPCs and bosses and things like that. But the rewards are really nice. A nice new heirloom ring as well. 2 new mounts, some pets and things like that. So yeah, good stuff. Nice to see it being account-wide as well. So yeah, keep doing account-wide stuff, Blizzard. Everyone loves it. It's fantastic. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT. And I have a partner Discord channel as well. And as mentioned, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within Beta, War Within Pre-Patch, any sort of WoW, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.